Welcome back to Raidercast, covering your campus and community news every Monday at 12:30 and 7 on Dual County Channel 2. I'm Brittany Bennett. Thank you for joining us for this edition. We'll begin with our most recent news stories. It's a thought that makes any athlete grimace in pain, hearing the ominous pop sound. This infamous pop is a sound of anterior cruciate ligament, or ACL, being torn. Raidercast's own Jenny Howell takes us to Lindsey Wilson College for an in-depth look at athletes who have been hampered by an ACL injury.
The infamous pop is a sound familiar to many athletes around the world. In the United States alone, there are approximately 150,000 ACL injuries per year. Kayla Maservi, a sophomore volleyball player at Lindsey Wilson College, injured her ACL during an away game against Rio Grande.
I went to take a swing at a ball during the second game, and the setter came under the net, so I landed on her foot, which made me completely twist my knee all the way around, and that's when I found out that I tore my ACL, MCL, PCL meniscus.
Once injured, athletes face much adversity on the road to recovery.
It's taken a toll. It's never easy coming back from an injury, but to have surgery twice in 2 years, that's been the hardest part mentally.
A positive mental approach to an ACL injury is very important, but the months spent in the recovery process are crucial to having a successful recovery.
It's very common now, but the doctors have to be within a millimeter of the original ACL. Otherwise, you have complications with extending your knee or bending your knee.
Now I have to go to physical therapy 3 times a week in Campbellsville, which is a hassle because that drive's about 25 minutes, and I'm still there for about 3 hours a day.
The relentless effort and drive to come back stronger than before fuels an athlete's desire to come back to the sport that they love as soon as possible.
I don't feel like giving up. I feel like skipping workouts and not wanting to try so hard, but just loving the bike, that's what makes me come back. I know I probably pushed it too hard too soon, trying to come back from the first surgery and not being as steady as I should have been or as strong as I should have been. So, yeah, I think I came back too soon.
For recovering athletes like Basti, an early return can spell trouble, but for others like Kayla, the return is much anticipated.
My surgeon said I'd be back in about 10 months, but it'll be about a year and a few months.
I try not to think about it. I try to just ride my ride and be responsible with my body and know my limits and be willing to push them. I've kind of learned what not to do and what to do, and taking my time, listening to my body, avoiding pain, but staying strong. So I think I can make 100% come back.
There are many student athletes at Lindsey Wilson College who have suffered ACL injuries. It's a serious issue that can mean the end of an athlete's season, year, or even their career.
Now you can go faster with Dual County Telecom broadband internet. We have increased our internet speeds to give you 4 meg and 8 meg options. This makes it easier for everyone in your family to stream video, play games, and surf the internet all at the same time. New broadband customers get 1 month free with free installation. Are you already a Duo broadband customer? Upgrade to a faster internet plan and we'll give you 1 month free. Call today to switch or upgrade. Visit dualcounty.com for details. Restrictions apply. Credit qualification for certain promotions.
Our next story has to do with musical growth on campus. Lindsey Wilson College is known for its athletic talents. However, its musical talent cannot be overlooked. One student in particular, our very own Hannah Warren, is proving that the music department is just as capable. Here's Raidercast to tell you more.
That was Lindsey Wilson student Hannah Warren. She is one of the few pianists here at Lindsey. Hannah, like many musicians, started honing her craft at a young age.
It was my parents that decided for me. They wanted me to learn an instrument. For a long time, it was just them pushing me to do it. And eventually it kind of transitioned into something I love doing.
Since coming to Lindsay, Hannah has been guided by Dr. Robert Reynolds. Dr. Reynolds has taught music, primarily the piano, for over 30 years. During his tenure, he has trained countless young students like Hannah to elevate their performances.
We usually meet once a week. In her case, she signed up for an hour lesson a week, like an hour every week.
So now that I'm in college and taking with Dr. Reynolds, I'm like realizing, I guess, that I was slacking in certain areas, and that was my fault. So those have been like challenges that I've had to overcome now and learn to kind of, focus more on technical stuff, practice even when I don't feel like it. I really am not sure what I want to do when I graduate, but I know that no matter what, I want music to be a part of what I do. I've thought about teaching piano lessons to people. I've thought about, doing accompanying like in churches or choirs. And I may not end up doing anything like as a career with music, but I always want to be keeping up with music because it's such a big part of my life. I don't want to ever lose that because of other things.
Hannah Warren is not the only bright young pianist here at Lindsay. In addition to Hannah, there are 2 more students who play the piano. Though they only recently began playing, their ability is undeniable. Maybe soon, Lindsay Wilson's name will soon be synonymous with great musical talent. Our next story has to do with athletic talent and the reason for the LWC men's basketball success. Here at Lindsay Wilson College, teamwork isn't just a trait that is used by our Blue Raiders men's basketball team. The coaching staff, according to our players, work together in a fantastic environment that affects those players' performance.
Here at Lindsay Wilson College, teamwork isn't just a trait that is used by our Blue Raiders men's basketball team. The coaching staff, according to our players, work together in a fantastic environment that affects these players' performance.
In the years I've been here, they've done like a great job of just taking all these players from God knows where, Greece, Germany, France, California, Arkansas, everywhere across the globe, bringing them together to one small city, Columbia, you can call it a city, a town, right. And making us bond together because you can't do it individually on the basketball court. You need the defensive team, you need the offensive team. You got to be able to everybody has to know all the pieces of the puzzle, and they do a great job of bringing everybody in.
In fact, it's taken over a decade to create the perfect coaching staff.
Basketball and football in college are basically businesses, and usually coaching staffs don't really get to coach for a very long time. It's usually 4 to 6 years of maximum contracts. Well, Coach Starks and Coach Peck, they've been here for double-digit years, so that shows a lot, shows their quality, and shows their leadership skills.
The coaches here have spent plenty of time working well together, and this seems to create an ideal domain for the players.
We have been working together since, I don't know how many seasons that is. We worked 3 seasons together at Middle Tennessee State University, 6 seasons at Cumberland University, and now we've just completed our 12th season here at Lindsay Wilson.
He's good with the years. Everything that he's good at, I'm not. We complement each other so well. He knows dates, specific dates.
Although Peck does his job perfectly as our head coach, there was one specific thing that he requested from President William Luckey.
But I told them the one thing that I had to have was Chris Starks had to come with me, no matter what, because he is the best assistant coach in the NAI or NCAA as far as anybody could have, because I can go away for a week and my team would be better. Not many head coaches can say that. It's just like really Lindsay Wilson has 2 head coaches.
A good amount of time with these players is split up 50-50 between head coach and assistant coach.
Peck sometimes gives Coach Starks the spotlight and vice versa, and it really gives him a good mix, and the guys really have enjoyed it.
For more Blue Raider basketball information, please visit www.lindsayathletics.com.
And that will conclude this month's edition of Raidercast. We'll see you every Monday at 12:30 and 7 right here on Dual County Channel 2, covering your campus and community news. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Bennett, and have a great Monday.